Today I'll be telling you guys about the most OP thing in bloxfruits right now that will definitely make you a god in bloxfruits. If you want to be part of future videos like this guy right here, then all you have to do is subscribe and join my Discord, and you could be the next one in our next video. Apart from that, we are also going to be doing a dark blade giveaway at 89,000 subscribers and a permanent fruit giveaway at 90,000 subscribers, and our ultimate goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers before June 30, 2024, and we are going to be doing a massive giveaway then as well. And without further ado, let's get this video started. So first, I'm gonna be showing you guys something that's actually pretty interesting in my opinion. So right now, if you guys check out my stats, I actually have sword, I actually have a fruit build, and this is a normal sword, okay? So if I do that, I only do 320 damage. If I do that, I only do like 376 damage at max mastery. And also, if, so I have very little sword damage, but I have a ton of fruit damage, as you guys can see right there. I have a ton of fruit damage, but very little sword damage. So essentially, this build that I'm going to teach you is going to teach you how you can have a fruit build, but still have the most amount of sword damage possible. So I'm gonna switch right now to my shark anchor, and as you guys can see, my old damage with sword was only around 400, but my damage with this is going to be around 1,490, and let's actually go check that out again. 1,544 on an enemy that's actually using armament hockey and also has more bounty than me. He has 5.4 million bounty, and he's also using a a armament hockey. Today I'm going to show you how I actually do that, and before that, I'm actually gonna show you how or where you can start. So first and foremost, I actually would I'm gonna tell you to first get to, of course, 3rd sea. You're gonna need to be in 3rd sea in order to do this, and come and head to Tiki Outpost, and first come over here in the enhancement area because you're going to need to get a few enhancements. So let's actually go check out the enhancements that I have in my shark anchor, and again, this is going to take a long time of grinding or a lot of Robux, but since there's no update yet, then you can definitely grind this. So first and foremost, you are going to need to craft at least the legendary scroll or the mythical scroll, because right now you can only get unique enchants from either the legendary or the mythical scroll. So if you go to the dragon talent sage right here and check out my enchantment in my sword, I have the strong grip enchant. And then, if you go check out my enchant on my gun, I actually do have the strong grip enchant on my gun as well. And I also have piercing here, which is why it does so much damage. Essentially, what this does is 40% of your damage is from your melee stat and 60% is from your sword stat. So what this basically means is you can have 0 stats in sword and you could still have 40% of the damage that you would usually have. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit more stats into sword in order to make me have more damage. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to reset my stats, and I'm actually going to show you guys even more how OP this is. So let me just reset my stats right here and reset my stats, and I'm going to have max into my melee and my defense, and then I'm going to add 60% to my sword stats. But first, before we do that, let's actually go check out the damage again, because this is very important, guys. Okay, let's go check out the damage. Let's see. Okay, so right here, 1,544 damage. Now if I add around 1,530 into my sword stats, into my gun stats, let's see how much damage I'm gonna have. So again, so there you go. From 1,500, I got an additional 1,000 damage. And if I go check that out again, I have 1,000 damage in my sword now. And I still do have the damage on my gun stats, which is actually insane. As you guys can see, I still have around 1,000 damage there. Now I can choose to either put it on gun or put it on bloxfruits, which I will actually put it on bloxfruits. Now, what's essentially going to happen here is I have a ton of sword damage and also a lot of fruit damage. So I'm going to switch to dragon right now, or maybe kitsune. Okay, so let's actually go test this out. So for example, see, Foxfire Disruption, boom, and then boom. As you guys can see right there, we're doing a ton of damage with all these sword stats in our hands right now. So we have, for example, a lot of damage with sword, and apart from having a lot of damage with sword, we have a lot of damage with gun, and we still have damage with our fruits, which is actually very insane. Now, you can also make it so you have max fruit stats. You're still gonna do damage with sword even if you don't add stats there, but with this, you're going to do even more damage. Now, how to build this enchantment or how to build this build. Before I explain to you guys how to build this build, I'm going to first tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video because they're going to be very helpful when it comes to getting Robux so that you can buy permanent fruits or buy the scrolls that you will definitely need for this build. What if there was an app that helped you become a better gamer and gave you free Robux just by playing your favorite games? Let me tell you about KINO. KINO is an amazing app that ranks the best quality Roblox games. Each game is ranked on a 0 to 5 flame scale based on the learning potential in each game. When you play higher ranked games, you earn KINO coins. Earn enough KINO coins and redeem them for real life Robux. Make sure to use my referral code KM4DJH when signing up to earn 300 KINO coins for free. We will also be doing a permanent fruit giveaway for everyone that uses my referral code when signing up on KINO, so don't forget this very important step if you want a free permanent fruit. And we are also going to be doing tons of Game Pass giveaways and permanent fruit giveaways for everybody that used my referral code, which is KM4DJH. And let's move on with this video. So number one thing that you're going to need in order to get this build even stronger or to make this build is you're going to need to have a bunch of scrolls. And in order to do that, you're going to need to farm sea events. And in my opinion, since there's no update right now in bloxfruits, this can actually be a pretty good project for you. You can maybe farm a couple of sea events. And I would recommend you to get at least 5 Leviathan hearts. I actually have around 4 Leviathan hearts right here and a lot of Leviathan scales and also a lot of materials like tooth in order to craft the scrolls. Alright, so right here, for example, if I come up here and craft the scrolls, you will actually, for example, need for legendary, need these, and I can actually craft them right now, but I kind of don't want to craft it. I think they might have actually nerfed the crafting requirements for the legendary scrolls because they were a bit harder before. Actually, you know what? I'm actually craft a couple of scrolls. For example, I'm gonna craft a few legendary scrolls for you guys right now. Craft a few right here, and then since I've crafted a few, I'm going to try and get some on my dark blade because the dark blade is my second favorite sword. So enchants, sword, and you can do this on pretty much every you can do this on pretty much every sword that you like. I personally like shark anchor because it's just really good for most things. So actually this is pretty cool. This is a pretty good stat. Oh, I actually got strong grip here. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's very easy to get strong grip, and I actually have strong grip here already. And I think that let's actually go test it out again. So again, this is with this the sword stats, and right here 1000 blade, 2409. That's actually a lot. 2668. That's also a lot. So let's test it out one more time. Again, 2490. Okay, 2668. So again, to show you guys the difference, I'm actually gonna reset my stats again. This is actually gonna be super expensive. I'm gonna reset my stats again and put all of it to sword to show you guys what's gonna happen. So we were at around 2000 damage before, and here we are at 3132 damage. So the difference in damage is only around 500. So that's actually pretty good in my opinion. So the difference in damage is only around 300 or 500 points of health, and you also get an additional damage when it comes to bloxfruits because you do put some stats into bloxfruits with my build. Let me reset my build again to show you guys in further detail how it's gonna look like. So let me just talk to you here. 2500. You're scamming me, bro. Okay, so again, max in melee and max in defense, and then you could maybe have it in sword and bloxfruits. Since the enchant requires you to have around 60%, since 60% of the damage is in sword, I'm gonna put 1530 on sword, and the remaining is going to be on bloxfruits. And let's go back to Turtle Mansion. And again, this is going to be my last test. I'm going to test it with... Let's just try Kitsune, because Kitsune is actually pretty insane. Okay, this is going to be my last test. Again, let's check the damage out. 2241 and 2668. But apart from that, you also got this, which is very insane, right? You still have the damage from the fruit, which is why it's pretty good. And then on top of that, you also have the damage from the gun. And, you know, you have the damage from the gun, which makes it super insane. And you still have your melee attack. And the best part here, you have max energy and you still have max defense, which is why it's still super good. And yeah, that's pretty much how you get it. All you have to do is get the legendary enchants, the legendary scrolls, and in my opinion, you're gonna be very strong with this build. You can use it on any sword you want, use any accessory you want. I'm personally using Leviathan Shield, but it personally works with any fruit, any build you want. All that matters is you have these stats right here, and also the enchants on both your gun and your sword. That's gonna be it for today's video, and if you guys enjoyed this video, I might make another video testing this out in PvP, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.